Well, according to SpotRack.com, the Chicago Bears have about $23.26 million left in cap before the 2024 NFL Draft. And yes, that is after all of our new guys that we've brought in this past offseason, which Poles has done a fantastic job. So let's take away $14 million from that $23.26 million, as we're going to have to sign the 4 draft picks that we have in this upcoming 2024 NFL Draft, leaving us with $9.26 million left. And as we all know, the Chicago Bears do need to get another edge rusher on defense to complete the 3-man rotation of Pro Bowler Montez Sweat and edge DeMarcus Walker. We could take an edge in this upcoming draft like a guy from Florida State like Jared Verse, or even a guy like Dallas Turner out of Alabama. Both of them are projected at the Bears in multiple different mock drafts at number 9. But I think in this draft class, with how deep it is at wide receiver, the Bears will use number 9 on a wide receiver like Rome Odunze out of Washington or Malik Nabers out of LSU. And to be honest, next year's draft class for edges and defensive linemen is so deep like the wide receiver class is this year, I could see why the Bears won't go with an edge at that number 9 pick. So now why I'm here talking about free agency, talking about a top free agent edge that is actually linked to Ryan Poles. Edge Emmanuel Ogbah, also known as the Nigerian Nightmare, last year played with the Miami Dolphins, was on the Chiefs' 2019 team when they won a Super Bowl, and guess who personally signed him? Ryan Poles. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago Bears. My name is Nick Rohde, and as always, thank you for tuning in. Bears can still make moves in free agency with over $9 million left in cap, and I think they will at edge. Again, like I said, due to the deepness of the wide receiver draft this year and the edge draft next year, and they could bring in a guy later like Ogbah, like they did with Yannick Ngakoue last year. And today, I'm going to run through why I think the Chicago Bears will sign him, what he brings to the table, and more. Now, before I begin today's show, if you would rather the Chicago Bears take a wide receiver at number 9 over an edge position in this upcoming 2024 NFL Draft, please hit that like button on this video to show your support in the decision, along with commenting your overall thoughts of Ogbah and if you want him to be a Chicago Bear. And please subscribe if you haven't already. I am closing in on 15,000 subscribers, and next week, if you're already subscribed, you are entered to win the big prize that I'm starting for the NFL Draft giveaway. So anyway, let's jump a little bit more into Ogbah and what he brings to the Chicago Bears if they sign him. Emmanuel Ogbah previously played for the Miami Dolphins last year, is 30 years old, stands at 6'4" and weighs 275 pounds. Not built bad, by the way. Last year for the Dolphins, he had 20 total tackles, 7 of them being solo and 3 being tackles for loss. Not only that, he had 9 quarterback hits, getting solid pressure into the backfield for all the teams that he's played for. He also had 5.5 sacks last year, using his big frame to get to the backfield along with his speed and being a quarterback and backfield wrecker. And just the cherry on top, he had 2 pass deflections due to that 6'4", 275-pound frame and jumping up and blocking passes at the line, along with even taking one as an interception and returning it 5 yards. So you're probably going, why, Nick, why are you just showing his Chiefs highlights? He played for the Dolphins too, right? It's because when he played for the Chiefs, it was when Ryan Poles was in office, and he did a fantastic job bringing him in on the cheap. And Ogbah clearly brings strong quarterback and overall backfield pressure, a big edge that would be a great rental for this upcoming season, especially waiting to transition into next year's draft class. Great agility as well in order to help Montez Sweat taking on double teams, also getting to the backfield, and maybe even showing some younger guys like Dominique Robinson and unlocking them as well. So everything just lines up really well. Poles signed him in 2019 when he was a part of the Chiefs front office, which the Chiefs ended up going on to win the Super Bowl, and Ogbah ended up getting a big contract from the Dolphins because he had his breakout year with Kansas City. Not only that, he has great ability across from Montez Sweat to take on double teams to allow Sweat to get open, or himself, vice versa, however you want to look at it. And again, we need a rental for next season. And he had some pretty solid years in Miami till last year. I mean, 2 years ago, he had back-to-back 9+ sack seasons, along with having over 50 quarterback hits over 3 seasons. So clearly gets a lot of pressure in the backfield, gets tackles for loss, gets sacks, and this guy could come in and be a true wrecker in Eric Washington Washington's defensive line, along with pairing with Montez Sweat. So you can see why they called this guy the Nigerian Nightmare, due to his large size and ability to just rip offenses apart. His projected contract right now is a 1 year, $4.5 to $5 million contract, which I would do in an absolute heartbeat. A solid player who knows how to win, knows Ryan Poles, would do great in this defense, and an instant upgrade over last year, big. And his price keeps going down due to him just staying on the free agent market, but that's okay. I see the potential in him. I think he'd be great, and I would love for him to come to the Chicago Bears. Put your thoughts in the comment section below if you want Ogbah to come to the Chicago Bears, along with just liking this video if you enjoyed it, and please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. But with that, thank you as always for viewing this episode of Just Another Year Chicago Bears. My name is Nick Rohde, and as always, bear down, baby.